So every guy has been told pretty much the same thing, right? I'm pretty sure you heard it, which is like, okay, you got to chase her, you got to pursue her, you got to win her over. But the reality is that the more you chase a woman, the less she likes you, the less she respects you. Because chasing is not attraction, it's overinvestment. So if you're new here, my name is Mitchell. I'm a relationship coach, and in today's live video, I'll be talking about why chasing women is killing your attraction. So, number one, let's talk about the first part, which is the lie where men should chase women. Because most guys, we had this idea of, hi, Stephanie. Most guys, we were raised with this whole idea of you got to be persistent. You can't give up and you got to prove yourself to her in order for her to fall in love with you, right? To For her to fall head over heels in love with you. That's not how things work. That's how movies work. And so when we condition to watch these type of movies, these rom-coms or whatever you want to call it, um the in reality it turns into over pursuing, and it's over pursuing someone who isn't giving anything back. There's no investment on her end, and she's not invested into him. So chasing usually looks like, well, sending multiple texts without a response from her, or you ignore signs she's not really interested, but yet you're still over investing and you're like, hey, we got to make this work, right? So an example of chasing is maybe you got her number, you got her contact, and or maybe you even went out on a date and you said, "Hey, I had a really nice date. We should do it again." And then so she doesn't send anything, there's no response. Maybe a day later, you're like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And she's, radio silent. She doesn't say anything. And you say, "Well, did you see my message?" Well, that's chasing. That's over pursuing, right? Chasing starts when you continue to invest without her investing back to you. So it's like tennis, okay? Just like what my Coach Corey Wayne, shout out to you. Dating is like tennis. When you hit the ball over the net, you got to make sure she hits the ball back. And if she doesn't hit the ball back, well, you got nothing to play with, okay? So it's not a game anymore. You just stop. Respect yourself. Okay. Now, what pursuit actually means, the right way of looking at it. So there this is where you separate yourself from poor advice or bad advice. A strong man does pursue a woman in the beginning, but with intention and not from a place of desperation. Because we're most guys, they're like, damn, I need a girl in order for, my life. Like, if I don't have a girlfriend, I'm not gonna be happy. It's like, no, you should be happy first, and then she should complement your life, not be the center of your life. Because otherwise, if you're not happy and then you get into a relationship hoping that she gets you happy, now happiness becomes like this moving target. And now whenever your relationship isn't good, you're gonna be in a shithole. That's not good for anybody. Now, what healthy pursuit looks like is that you approach her and you say something like, "Hey, I saw you and I want to meet you. I want to get to know you. You're a man. You lead the interaction. You lead that connection, and you ask her out directly, clearly, so she knows that you know your intention isn't just to be her friend or beat around the bushes. And so you're not passive, you're decisive. And that is what's attractive, because the number one most attractive thing that a man can do to a woman or display it is his confidence. So when you're confident and you ask her out, she likes that. She likes a confident man. So, example, okay? Here's an example. And it might one or two things could happen, okay? You ask her out. Say, for example, you ask her, let's go grab coffee this week. She says yes. Then you set up a time and place, whatever it may be. There you go. You got a date set up. But if you ask her out and she says, well, I'm kind of busy, well, now you have two different responses. One is weak and one is a strong response coming from a place of strength. So let's start with the weak response. The weak or chasing type of response is like, well, okay, if you're busy, like, how about next week or this weekend? Like, I'm free whenever. Yeah, I'm always free. So just let me know. That's a very, very poor response. It shows that you don't really have anything going for yourself. Like, if you're a really busy guy and you have your own life, the things that you need to, you're not going to have a lot of time to just hang out with people. You might have 1, maybe 2 days out of a week where you're like, "Hey, I could actually hang out and do things." Okay? So, it conveys that you have too much time and you're not really doing anything with it to improve yourself. And to her, it's like, well, what kind of leader is that if you got all this time in the world? Now, a stronger response is, okay, well, I'm kind of busy. You say, no worries. Let me know when your schedule frees up, and then have her contact you. Okay. Now, this is where, different coaches, they draw their line of like, well, if you ask her out once and she turns it down, like, oh, I'm kind of busy, there's coaches out there that's like, hey, you know what? Absolutely not. Every woman gets one chance per lifetime. There are some coaches like that. Me, you never know exactly what's going on with other people and what they're going through. Maybe they were having a bad day, whatever it may be, right? So my understanding from it is, okay, you asked her out. She says she's kind of busy. You say, no worries. Let me know when your schedule frees up. You give it a week, okay? Give it about a week, and then you could try to ask her out one more time. That's it. You only give out one more chance. Just one more chance. You'd be like, "Hey, did are you available anytime this week?" And then she says, "No." That's it. End of discussion. You never delete that number. You don't need to contact her. And just say it one last time. Well, you know what? You have my number. Um, and let me know when you want to set up a time so we could go out. Hey, what's up, Zari? So, the reason why you want to step back, why you want to do that? Hi, what's this channel about? This channel is, well, it started as like a dancing channel, but I teach relationship coaching. So, that's what I'm doing now. And today I'm talking about why chasing women is killing your attraction. So, anyways, back to my slides that I was talking about. When you say, hey, you know what? Let me know when your schedule frees up. You give it a week. You can ask again one more time, and that's it. No more. No more. And then you step back. The reason why you step back and you do not ask is because you're a man. Your word is your binding, right? That is who you are. You're congruent. When you say that and you stay congruent to that, it means that, damn, this person actually values himself and his time. He showed interest in me and I turned him down, whatever it may be. Day four asked. So, anyways, when you take a step back, that type of message that you convey, like silence is a message. Okay. So you're not saying anything to her and then you let her know the next time that she does bring it up or she says hi to you, you just take that as an opportunity to ask her out again. That's it. Simple as that. It doesn't have to be complicated. Now, the reason why is because now woman, she also has the space to either invest her time into you or disappear from your life forever. And that tells you a lot, okay? If she's interested, she will want to get to know you. If she's not, she won't. Zari. Maybe. I don't know. Message me. Okay, so number two, what pursuits actually looks like? Hold on, let me double check. Okay, yeah. What pursuit actually looks like. This is what separates most guys, right? Bad advice. So strong man does pursue. Okay. And they go in with the intention of desire rather from a place of, oh, I need you, desperation. So when she says she's interested, a woman will start chasing you. This is the area where most guys miss the most. Okay. It's if a woman likes you, she doesn't just sit. sit around passively. She will participate in things, not aggressively, but very subtly. So, what her chasing might look like is she might text you first. She responds quickly and adds to the conversation. So, she might ask you questions about yourself. Zari, I see what you're saying. Um, Give me a second. So she asks questions about you. She makes time for you, whether it's being on a phone sometimes and just going out on dates. Now, one thing that men need to understand is that your phone is for setting dates. It's not to try to get to know each other. Okay? So that's a big misconception that a lot of guys kind of fall into the trap of, which is they try to get to know her over the phone. Like you could talk to her, you could try to understand, maybe you don't want to waste your time. So it's the first, maybe you matched on a dating website and you're like, hey, you know what, I don't want to waste our time, so I would like to, FaceTime you, or at least face to face, to see how the conversation goes, because if it's not going to go well like this, it's probably not going to go well when we meet up in person, right? And so you want to vet them out before wasting your quality time going out there. So I always suggest, at least go on FaceTime or some sort of Zoom. So now, a woman's greatest pickup line is hi. Hey, hi. So if you think about it, it's not about clever lines. It's really about the effort. Same thing goes for men too, as well. So example of what she might say is like, "Hey, how's your day going?" That is her opening to you. Okay. Or she says, "You're always busy, huh?" So in other words, she's hinting that she wants your time. So that's her version of her investing her time into you. You could call it chasing, you could call her pursuing, whatever it may be. It is in woman's feminine nature to chase a guy that she feels like he is a good potential suitor. Because feminine energy is about bonding, it's about connecting, it's about opening up to receive love. That's women. Men, we're supposed to go and figure out our mission, our purpose, but also make time for decisiveness of like, hey, you know what? One day I might want a family or whatever it may be. I need love too. I like love, but I got to make time for it. So let me give this person my time and see how we interact. If things go well, is there any type of chemistry? But also, he's also filtering out, is she good for me? Does she have good character? Like those are, like, you want to build the life that you want, not the life that you assume that you might get. And so it's going in with an intention of, these are the things that I like. These are some non-negotiables. These are some cherry on tops, and which is great. But he's also not just going to give himself to any woman that just, pops into his life. So that's usually a guy of value. They're not around very often, and when you find them, she would definitely know him, okay? And she would most likely, if he does not stay in his life, it will most likely, she's like, damn, she might be beating herself up if she doesn't get to quote unquote lock you down, right? So, anyways, let's move forward, okay? The important distinction is that if she likes you, she makes it easier, okay? She doesn't make it harder. So the doors will open up, okay? But on the other hand, the flip side of the coin is, if everything feels like hard work, very slow replies, always busy, vague interests, doesn't really give you like, oh, I'm kind of busy, I'm not sure yet, very vague, right? Type of interest, and you're still pursuing her, you're not building attraction, you're chasing for validations in your life. So step away and give your time to someone else who values it. And I am slide number 4. This is my last slide. Okay. So, slide number 4, why chasing kills respect. So, attraction isn't just about liking you, it's about respecting you. Okay. If she respects you, she will have interests, she will invest her time into you. Super interesting. Thank you. I feel like I've seen you around before, Sky. Sky Petit. Thanks for watching. Now, why chasing kills respect from a man's perspective? Okay. It's about respect. Does she respect you? If she doesn't like, well, she doesn't know you, she can't respect you. So it's giving your time. But a lot of it is like, yeah, dating is like tennis. You got to hit the ball over the net. If she hits it back, she's showing interest. If she doesn't hit it back, she stopped playing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And so if she does not respect you, she would never love you. I've know a lot of guys in relationships right now that they've been together for I don't know how many years, half a decade, a couple years, whatever it may be. That's okay. That's okay. Um, and they're in a relationship where they're not really happy. They're not happy in it, but yet they're settled in that relationship. How I see it is, and I've witnessed it with my own eyes. She does not respect him. She tolerates him. And, it feels like the relationship, and this is just from what I've seen, okay? It feels like the relationship feels very transactional. Uh, and what I mean by that is like, oh, if you buy me nice things, I'll stick around, right? If you buy me these things, I'll stick around. And so for, to me, it feels very transactional. And I'm not saying the relationship is 100% about transaction. I'm pretty sure, she likes his time, likes him around sometimes, but not all the time. Now, when a woman's in love with you, she will want your attention all the fucking time. She wants you all the time. She wants you all to herself. And that's a better thing to have than to have someone that does not care about you at all. That doesn't even be like, oh, go do whatever you want. It's like to her, she's kind of like giving up on a relationship, right? And so now moving to what chasing signals or conveys, it conveys that you're not worthy, right? Because what your behavior right now is communicating is you are more important than me. So I don't even value myself. So in a guy's perspective, I don't even value myself. I don't care if you don't like me. I like you. And I need you to understand that. And I was told by watching a lot of movies, whatever propaganda it is, that if I chase you long enough, that you eventually will say yes. I could I could talk my way into you saying yes one day. And so your mindset is like, well, I need this to work. I'll keep trying even if you don't. So what does that really convey, right? That's not confidence. It's really about overdependence. That's horrible, right? Sky, are you a woman or are you? I don't know. So she feels, yes, she feels the pressure. It's not fun. It's not what she wants. It feels. I like the word pressure from you. I'm a woman. You want a man that could come up to you and just has genuine interest. Hey, you're in a coffee shop. Hey, I don't know who you are. I just wanted to come up and say that you look stunning. So he finds you attractive, right? And I would really like to get to know you. Like, what's your name? What's your name? You're picking up your cappuccino, your soy latte, whatever it may be, sugar free vanilla soy latte, right? And he just pops up and just asks you, and just, he's like, I have genuine interest. Like, I love to take you out on a date. Are you free sometime this week? And then you might say yes, you might say no, depending on whether or not you find him interesting or not. But if a guy walks up to you, very well put together, shows a lot of confidence, um, like attraction cuts through anything. I've known people that said, like, people meaning women, when they say, I would never date a guy 5'6". Okay. Never date a guy that's 5'6". And then the next boyfriend she has is like 5'4". But that's because you give them the option on a dating app to filter guys' heights. Of course they're gonna take it. Why wouldn't they? Anyways, we're talking about confidence, okay? And if you convey weak behaviors like, I need this to work, you're more important than me. It's not confidence. Like I said, it's more about over dependence. So, guy A versus guy B. Guy A is always available, doesn't have anything going for himself. Okay. He's always available. He cancels his plans for her. Okay. I've definitely done that in the past. Cancel his plan for her over text, tries to impress her, right? Versus another guy that is, he has his own life. He goes to the gym, takes care of himself. He has a purpose. He goes to work. He loves what he does, and he moves with a passion and a direction that he knows that he wants. So, and now on top of that, he's that guy that comes up to you, asks you out on a date. You're like, yeah, I'd love to. Well, give me your contact. And then once he gets your contact, he sets the date, and then he goes back to his own routine. He doesn't over pursue. He takes a step back, lets her breathe, lets her imagine things. Oh my God, what if we got a dog together, right? And lets her come to him. Who do you think is gonna win that respect versus a guy's like, yeah, anytime you want, I'm free. Just call me anytime. Just call just call me anytime you want, all right? I will always I will always be available for you. Okay. So, when you're building your life, okay, of purpose and discipline, you're not glued to your phone. You're not always available, in other words, right? So you don't need to chase. You just naturally attract. So the key thing that I want you guys to understand is, when your life is full, you don't chase attention, you filter for it. And so, what do you mean by that, Metro? It means that you're watching how she shows up. Does she have interest herself? Is she putting in the effort? Because if you're operating from a place that is less desirable, right? A less desirable place, meaning a place of weakness, you might, as a guy, you might overlook certain red flags. Like, oh, you know what? There's a lot of guys around her. She's a known cheater. Oh, I don't care. I like her, right? Overlook red flags. And then on top of that, you might accept low effort type of behavior. I'm kind of busy. I don't know. Like, there are women out there that would rather go out and eat and get a free meal than stare at her full four walls, right? So there are people like that. And sometimes the girl will not come back, and that's okay. Yeah, absolutely. So it's giving them the freedom to to come and go as they please. We're not together. I'm just asking you out to go on a date. I just want to get to know you. If you don't want to get to know me, that's okay, right? Then it's like really believing in yourself. So just think about it even at getting a job. If you really find yourself like you're that type of guy, okay, you need me more than I need you guys. But I want to work over here. What do you guys have to offer? Like, how's the dynamic of the work relationship with people? Like, is there a lot of drama? Because you're vetting. Like, if you walk in, okay, I know this is not about relationships, but a personal relationship is more about like a career path or whatever. If you walk into any job, okay, and you really find yourself of value, you're not going to put yourself in a position where like, shit, I just need a job. I got to pay the bills. You're going to come to a place with less pressure. So you're like, well, I don't need this job. I would like to work over here, but well, like, how's the community inside this workplace? Like, are people kind? Do they cause a lot of drama? Like, what's going on? Because if it is, I don't want to be a part of that because life is already stressful enough. I don't need to take where I spent most of my time, I don't know, 8 hours a day to a place where it's always constantly causing me like drama, and then I take that home, and it takes me a lot to decompress that, and then I gotta go back the next day, and I go there 5 days a week, and then I get 2 days off to decompress only to go back into a shitty relationship again. It's like, just think of that type of mindset. That's not fun. It's not enjoyable. So, same thing goes. If you go into a relationship thinking like, "Shit, I like her. She doesn't really like me, but if I try hard enough, she will say yes." Then you get stuck in a relationship. She's content. She doesn't really care. There's low effort. You overlook red flags, accept low effort behavior, and you settle for someone who makes your life feel like so much more work than it's supposed to be. And then you're upset, and then you vent to your friends, and it spirals down. Like you signed up for this. But what blows my mind is that most guys, they are blinded by beauty. And this is what we see. We see a beautiful lady, like our eyes are glued. We don't really think like, oh, how is she as a person? Is she nice? Does she respect other people? Like we're just like, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. I get it. Okay, human nature. But at the same time, if you're gonna spend your entire life with this person, assuming, wake up time, boys, absolutely. So it's like, if you're gonna spend all that time with someone that's unwilling to do so many, like your goals aren't lined up. You have different value systems. Like you value, you know, time, quality time being spent. And you value staying at home more than going out. She likes spending hella money. You're like, no, I need to save for a future. It's like, well, something's not aligned. So then every day you wake up with next to this person, you're like, fuck, why? So it's like, where do you draw that line? And I always start from a place of like, well, what are your goals and what are your values? What does she value? Does she value family? Does she love her dad? Did she have a good masculine figure in her life? And if she doesn't, did she do the work to take care of herself, to improve, to understand? Like those are very important things to ask. But we don't do that. We do more research on buying a house or a car or a product, the new iPhone, right? Like you know more specs on a phone than you know about that person's past. Not that the past is like directly proportional to what who she is now, but what I'm saying is like, did this person work on themselves? If they needed to work, I feel like everybody needs to work on themselves, right? So it's like just understanding that, man. Like, I want people or I want guys to go out there and actually put value in themselves, but they don't know where to start. Values can change. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it could change. And then if it doesn't align, well, guess what? You're like, well, it might not work out. Like, if that's a core value of yours, like, let's just say this. You're like, I value loyalty, commitment, monogamy, and you value it too, right? And then one day you snap. You're like, you know what? I don't care about being in a relationship. It also means that she doesn't or he doesn't value being just with you. I want to be in an open relationship. Well, you know what? It might cause a lot of problem if that's not what he wants or what she wants. So values could change, people change, and that's okay. And then now, and with that being said, if you kind of look at it in a perspective of like life gives you a lot of gifts, okay? Life gives you gifts, whether it comes in a form of good or bad. Gift could be someone being really, really nice to you, or a gift could be someone being really, really rude to you, right? If you see it as a gift, you're in a positive mindset of things. But if someone gives you a very, very negative type of gift, they say a lot of mean things to you, right? They're not hurting you, but they're just not fun to be around. They're causing you more harm than good, whether it's intentional or indirect. If you don't accept that gift, whom does that gift belong to? It goes back to the same person. And so how I see it is, if you operate from this place of, the cup is half full, people come and go in your life, and they give you this gift of experience, and you can learn from that, and you could take that with you wherever you go. It just builds you up as a person. There's more value into you, and you understand a little bit more, right? My goal is, like I said, there's enough chaos in the world. Like if you go on the news, you're gonna find something negative, right? That's because human nature, we're just wired to lean towards something that is negative than it is positive. And that's, how we function. And that's how you get clicks. That's how money works, right? If you if there's no eyes watching you, you're not gonna get any attention. So there's no money involved. And I get that. But like I said, if you're tired of this and you want the life of an extraordinary life, not a mediocre life, this is it. It's not gonna feel very fancy. It's not gonna feel like, damn, there's always some excitement. It's just you're happy with where you're at, but you want more for yourself because you don't want to be stagnant. You still want to grow, and you want to leave an impact some way, one way or another. And so, that's kind of how I see things. I don't expect other people to see my own views, but I felt like I worked pretty hard for this, and um I'm slowly reaping the benefits of that too. So, and it's just kind of it just permeates to other areas of my life, right? Like when you're in a better mindset, and this is just me talking out of my ass now, all right? So I wasn't always like this. Um, there was a time, excuse me, there was a time where I felt like I was stuck. And I was like, there's no way out of this, there's no, and it was ultimately my mindset that kept me exactly where I was at. And it wasn't until I met my coach, Coach Corey Wayne. Um, and I read a lot of his stuff, and then I watch his videos, and I'm just like, wow. Um, I've been living my life pretty like shitty, and I have to change that. If I don't change, nothing else will. If everybody got the same 24 hours, but yet the other person makes 5, 6, 7 times more than me, can I do that? I'm pretty sure I could. It's just kind of like having this hope, this belief that you could. And I see other people having great relationships, fun, not perfect, but fun, and building the life that they want. I'm like, I could do that too. And so little by little, I was like, wow, little light bulbs just started popping up. And then soon enough, I was like, wow, this is something that I can't keep to myself. I gotta share with other people. And so when I did that, and prior to that, my main thing is about personal training. So I coach people in fitness. And, you know, on top of that, I got the body that I wanted, but I was miserable. I was like, fuck this. And then now, little by little, I was like, wow, everything's just being in a better mindset. And you hear it from me, okay? Just being in a better mindset, thinking that life is a gift rather than things happening to you all the time. Like, oh, bad things always happen to me. You might get a ticket, a cop pulls you over, whatever it may be. Like, you're a person that solves problems. You're a person that when things go bad, you still find the light in things, and you move with intention. You don't try to compare yourself to other people. You compare yourself to how you were a week ago, a day ago, whatever it may be. Maybe you learn something. You carry that with you, and then you progress through life. To me, that is the most valuable thing, and no amount of money will ever change that. And so, with that mindset, I'm just kind of like, things will always have a place for me, and I just move with intention. And that's how it is. It's not fancy. You don't see all like the crazy highlights. Sometimes you might, right? Um, and I think that's how life is supposed to be lived. And so I want to share that with you guys. And that's why I'm here. I do this live. Sometimes I get 0, sometimes I get 2, sometimes I get 8. But whatever it may be, I'm always appreciative that you guys are listening. And yeah, that's 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 what I could share with you guys. And yeah, that's it. So if you guys do like this, hit the like button, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will do another video next week. So, you know, look out for it. And you can always find me in my socials. So if you have any questions, I do my best to answer them. That being said, I'll catch you guys on the next live. And thank you for watching. All right. See you soon. Peace.